Okay, so in our efforts to try to find camping, we have come down here. This actually would be water that you're looking at to the left, and over here to the right, some water as well from the two lakes, Vado and Heron. But this road right here that we are turning around at leads to the Apache reservation. So you never know what you're going to get into when you go looking for camping. And that's why I always say, have backups for your backups for your backups. Hi everyone, Debra here. Thank you for being on my channel. I appreciate all of my wonderful viewers, and I want to send a special thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you for being on this journey with me. That intro was taken because Jana and I, Frugal RV Gal and I, have had to go look for campsites, new camping, even though we had made reservations for 4 weeks to be in this area. This video that you're about to see is in the Chama, New Mexico area. We had reservations at Heron Lake State Park and at Vado Lake State Park. We were trying to save on gas, and those are two that are very close to each other, and so we thought that that would work out. However, as you are about to see in this video, it doesn't always go like that. So that intro clip was on one of our outings in trying to find a new spot. We never did, and we ended up having to bounce around in Heron Lake State Park. Each of us had 3 different campsites. Now keep in mind, we made our reservations weeks in advance. We had sites right by each other at both Heron Lake and Vado, but when we got there, even though Campendium and other websites said that they had good signal, they do not. There is only good signal in the full hookup areas, or not full hookup, I guess electricity and water. When you get out on any of the other areas, it's just not a good signal. We couldn't even get a text out at one of the sites that we had reserved. So even though we did our homework, it didn't work out. And we started looking around. But before we got to Heron Lake, and before I tell you all of that, let me tell you that, again, we are in the Chama, New Mexico area for this video, and we ate at a wonderful restaurant in Chama. It was the Boxcar Diner, and I say it's wonderful because it had a nice ambiance, but it was, for me, way overpriced and very little food. And we had hoped to ride the famous Chama train while we were here, but we have decided to spend our money elsewhere, and I'll tell you about that coming up. And so we're not doing the train, plus the rides are so long and the weather has been so unpredictable, we didn't want to leave our dogs that long. And while we were in Chama, oh, and by the way, you need to know Chama has a wonderful laundromat, and they have a store. In fact, that's where we got our fishing license and everything. And I posted a funny sign and about this place where we went to go see if maybe there was possible camping there. And there wasn't, but it was so pretty, I thought I would share that with you too. We went to the visitor center and they had mats and things, but I got to tell you, the staff there wasn't very helpful. I see in the reviews that they usually are, so maybe it was just an off day. So we went and ate in Chama before we went out to Heron Lake State Park. And we also went by the post office because we both were expecting packages, and some of them were there and we got the rest of them later. But look at this wonderful little town called Los Ojos. It is near the entrance of Heron Lake State Park, and the staff at the post office, the lady there, was just awesome. And can't you just picture cowboys back in the day with their spurs walking along these sidewalks. These are buildings that were in Los Ojos. And as we were leaving, I looked up on a hill and there was this kind of a shrine or a memorial. I'm not sure what it was, but we had to turn around and go back and check that out too. So we finally arrived at Heron Lake State Park, and like I said, when we got to our campsites, we realized that the ones that we had reservations for weren't going to work for us at all. And so we scrambled and we got other reservations, but like I said, we each had, in our 2-week period here, we had 3 different campsites each, and we weren't even able to camp by each other. We were actually in complete separate campgrounds, but that's okay. It's beautiful territory, and we got to walk and visit each other whenever we wanted to. But I tell you, you just have to have backups for your backups. That's all there is to it. So I told you that we also had reservations at Vado Lake State Park, which is just down the road. It's closer to a town called Tierra Amarilla. And we decided, since we were having trouble with our original reservations at Heron Lake, that we might want to run over to El Vado and check it out. And I'm so glad we did, because the water is low in both lakes, but El Vado is just about dry, and there again was no signal. We couldn't even get a phone call out. The next segment of this video is some things I want to share with you around Tierra Amarilla. First of all, this necklace that I have on, I got at a bookstore in Chama, and a lovely lady there named Annie told us to go to the Dam Diner out at Tierra Amarilla, and I'm so glad she did. It was a wonderful place, and we met some great people, and they said that the dam for El Vado Lake was just about a mile down the road. So we went and to the dam, and of course it was a rainy, muddy day, and the dam is only one lane, and it looked kind of sketchy, and they're doing a lot of construction on it. But we decided to park and get out and walk across the dam and get pictures and video clips to share with our viewers. And while we were on the dam, here comes a car with some gentlemen in it, and it had federal government license plates. And of course we got so rattled we didn't even get a video of that, but they're like, yeah, it's under construction and you can be here, it's fine. I'd be careful about traveling any further on this dirt road. And we're like, oh, we're not doing that. We're not going to go do that. We're just getting pictures and going to turn around and go back. And he goes, okay, well, we're on a work break right now because of the storms in the area, and there's a bunch of lightning strikes, and this is a steel dam. In other words, hey, dumb ladies, get off of the dam. But they were very nice about it. And of course we skedaddled, and then we went into the town of Tierra Amarilla, and oh, what a wonderful history that town must have had. And we listened to some historical commentary on an app that I use called Audio, AUTIO. And I encourage you to Google the history of Tierra Amarilla. It's just amazing. But they had ballrooms and saloons and an old, what probably was a hotel that had a widow walk on the top of it. And anyway, we just really thoroughly enjoyed that outing, and I want to thank Annie at the bookstore in Chama for recommending that again. Okay, like I mentioned, we got our fishing license at the Lowe's store and hardware in Chama, and I want to thank my wonderful viewers and my patrons and everybody for your birthday gifts that allowed me to get the fishing license. And so the clips that are going to be coming up are of us going fishing near the Heron Lake Dam. It's about the only deep water there is. But you guys, I'm going to also, thanks to you, be able to do some fly fishing lessons coming up. Jana and I are going to be able to enjoy that next week, and I can't wait to share that video with you. But in the meantime, I'll share with you some clips and some photos of our our fishing expeditions on Heron Lake. Good morning, y'all. We are going fishing. We're all here, and don't judge, it's early. Okay, Jana, so where are we off to?
To the water.
To the water. We are going fishing, and we're going to go down here to the boat ramp that doesn't go into water anymore and go to the right of it toward the dam. It says no fishing, but it wouldn't do us any good anyway because it doesn't make it all the way to the water. This way, Bandit. We're going this way. So Jana is going to fix my line up because I just bought a new pole when we got our fishing license. And when we checked in at the visitor center, they told us you can go to Chama, to the Lowe's supermarket, and that's what we did. And we got our fishing license. And we're here by the dam at Heron Lake State Park. This is my first cast with my new pole. Bam! Y'all don't tell anybody, but I just got stuck trying to sit down on the ledge. I almost had to get Jana to come help me. Bando, what are you doing? Look at this beautiful place. And Jana just threw out her line for the first time with her new pole. You guys, look, I have an umbrella for shade and Bandit's behind me. And when I reel my pole in, he thinks that the shadows of my bobbin, not bobbin, what's it called? Not a bobbin. Bobber. Bobbin is sewing. But when I reel my bobbin in and he sees the shadow on the rocks, he thinks it's a bug or something and he tries to go after it. As always, I want to thank you for being on this journey with me. I couldn't do any of this without my wonderful viewers and my patrons, and you guys have just given me and Bandit a life beyond belief that I could never have imagined. I've started my next book. I'm into chapter 3. By the time you get this, I might even be on to chapter 5, so stay tuned for that. The title of that book is going to be Keep On Keeping On. And that's what I hope you are doing, and I hope you're having a great day. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure that you give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're willing, please share it. So they call it a widow's walk, or what was that one around that house?
Yeah, but what'd you call it? What?
And this is Jana coming back from an expedition scouting site to see if we can find access to the river for fishing.
It's fenced off.
Ah,
All sides.
ah. We'll see you down the road, everybody. Bye. Keep on keeping on.